test on one day. India, England, Australia. Waadaplaya.
Welcome back, everyone, to Waadaplaya, another concussion sub-series. We have Mithun with us today. Today's guest is former Under-19 World Cup winner, ex-Tamil Nadu player and ex-Chennai Super Kings player. He's the only player to score a century playing at number 1 and number 11 batting order. Please welcome Vidyut Sivaramakrishnan.
Hey, thanks. Lovely to be here. Thank you for having me on.
Excellent, excellent. So Vidyut, let's start with your world record, century at number 1 and number 11. How did you end up playing at a number 11, or was it team dynamic? Talk to us about it.
Well, I started off as a left-arm spinner actually, so I always batted down the order, maybe 9, 10, or 11. And, this is only my second or third year into first-class cricket, so we were playing against Delhi.
It's
And
2 hours.
I think it was destined to happen because I wasn't supposed to play that game. I remember the previous day team meeting, Robin Singh was captain at the time. And he told me that, would you just help out with the fielding drills tomorrow? Because those days we didn't have a fielding coach, batting coach, bowling coach. We just had one coach and, the captain, the results helped out everything else. So Robin told me this. And so the next day we went to the ground. We were playing against Delhi. We had a good side. They had Sehwag, Gambhir, Amit Bandari was playing for India at that time. So I just went there. I was very casual because I wasn't playing the game, just helping with a bit of throwdowns and hitting a few catches and everything. And I think around 9:15 the toss got over and we decided to bat first. And so I was just sitting and chilling in the dressing room, just looking to help people around. And so after the match started, I didn't know I was playing. So Robin came and discussed like who should bat number 10. Should it be Vidyut or another guy called Emma Srinivas? So I was like, whoa, no, only now I know I'm playing the game actually. So I was completely off guard. Suddenly like, okay, wow, I'm playing the game. But it helped I'm batting number 10 or 11 because I still had a long way to go so I could get my thoughts back and everything. So what happened is some former players said, no, it's better Srinivas bats at number 10 because it's just a slogger. So this time at number 11. So that's how it happened. I went in at number 11 and I always had a passion for batting. So I didn't want to give my wicket away easily and just bat for a while. And it just happened. It just meant to happen. And that's how it happened. So I think it was pure destiny because I was supposed to bat number 10, but became number 11. And that's why the record is there. And even the other century at number 1, 2-3 years later, I became an opening batsman. Like this number 11, for some reason, my batting took off, my bowling, do very well. So I became an opening batsman. And that game, I usually bat at number 2, which is I don't take strike. But that game, I opened with Saragopan Ramesh, a former India opening batsman. And he had come for that game. And he said that, listen, I don't take strike. So I had to strike because he's the senior partner. So again, that's how number 1 came and number 11. So it had a lot to do with destiny. It just meant to happen and it happened.
That is a great story. And sticking to opening batting, if I'm not wrong, you opened with Sachin Tendulkar in 2005 as well. What was the experience like? And did you take the strike or did he take the strike? What game was that?
So I took the strike. Sachin Paji never usually takes a strike. So I was told before. So I was well prepared for that. I think it was a magical experience. I got picked for the India senior team in the Challenger Trophy. So they have this limited over trophy for which they pick the Indian team for the one-day series and for the year ahead. So I got picked for the India senior squad, which is basically all the Indian players with Sachin. Dhoni was there, UV, and I think Kaif was captaining the tournament. Rahul and Saurabh didn't play because I think they were traveling and playing for. They were playing a World 11 game or something. That's why they missed out. So I got an opportunity. I didn't play the first 2 games. I was super sub. At that time, they had the super sub rule. Finals, Greg Chappell was the coach at that time. So he told me you're playing the finals. I was very excited. And obviously, I knew I was going to open. And opening session was, an unbelievable experience for me, a dream come true. And what really ticked off was he was so humble. He was so simple throughout the tournament. He mingled with us really well. And the love he had for the game, I was sitting right across him in the dressing room and everything was so beautifully placed. He respected his equipment so much. With somebody like me, I had my things all over the place. I just come, throw my t-shirt, throw my shoes, but he took so much care of his equipment. And that really struck to me that, this guy achieved so much, he has so much respect towards the game. And then I got to open with him and it was really magical because he was very simple, down to earth, just helped me. He made me feel like I'm just opening somebody else. And I had a good knock that game. He's got around 25 that game, which was magical to see, to watch from close quarter. That's the only game I played with him. It's been great to play a lot more. I played a lot of games against him, but yeah, it was a lovely moment. I'll always cherish for the rest of my life.
I know it's a dream for every player to play with Sachin Tendulkar and then play alongside MS Dhoni. So you had an opportunity to start your career in IPL under MS Dhoni's captaincy. So what does MS Dhoni talks about before the game and to get the best out of the players?
Yeah, actually, MS and I go a long way because we started under 19 cricket together. I've played quite a few times against him, Jharkhand versus Tamil Nadu, on 2-3 occasions. And the greatest thing about him is he's the same guy, the same long-haired guy who had a swagger about him. You talk about people like Viv Richards coming in, walking in with the swagger. Dhoni always had that, the way he always came at full confidence and he dominated from ball one. He had the intent to, score big. And I remember one innings we played, I think Tamil Nadu, Bihar at that point, on a 22 game where Dhoni opened and he scored 64 and all 64 runs were boundaries, So then we had a 2-year break where, Dhoni obviously became the captain of the Indian team and, I was finding my feet trying to make a name for myself in the Indian team. And 2008, the IPL happened. 2007, Dhoni came as a World Cup winner for India, and 2008 he became the captain. What really struck me was obviously Dhoni, the player, the world knows about him. Dhoni, the captain, he is somebody who goes by instincts, which is so important in T20 cricket. You can't plan too much in T20 cricket. You need to have a plan A, plan B. And one more thing about Dhoni is he always read the situation a lot earlier, which not many people can do. He always knew what is going to happen. He read the game so well. A million good things he had. Another great thing he had was he gave people space, which is very, very important. You don't, when you're going into a tournament, you don't want people coming imposing and saying, you got to do this, you want to do that. So there's a lot of amazing things about him. And obviously he was a match winner. Another great thing about him is when the team needed the most, he put his hand up as a player and a captain. So I can keep going on about Dhoni, but it was great. I think he showed great signs. And from 2008 to 2020, I was very lucky before the team went for Dubai. And before the IPL got cancelled because of COVID, there was a small camp in Chennai in, I think, early April. And I got to meet him and spend just a precious 5-10 minutes with him. And he's the same unflappable guy who's only gotten better. With age, he's only gotten better. He's gotten a better leader. I think now he's in a very, very good space. So he's a great legend, and he's always giving people hope that no matter where you are from, you can achieve great heights. So I always have I always have special respect for the guy. He's just amazing.
Definitely, I'm a big fan of Dhoni, and when he announced his retirement, I had cried that day. So because cricket is so much we are addicted. And Dhoni is our like icon. And also talking about 2008 IPL, how was your feeling of playing in the finals against a formidable Rajasthan team, which already had players like Shane Warne and Watson?
To tell you, I think IPL was phenomenal to start off. I'll start off at the beginning of the tournament. I think it was a great experience. It was like a world-level team because you're sharing dressing room with Matthew Hayden, Michael Hussey, and Stephen Fleming, Jacob Borum, Makai Nitney, Muthia Muralidharan, to add to it, you have Dhoni, Raina, all these guys. So it was magical and something we didn't expect because IPL was the first time happening in 2008 and 2007. 2008 February they launched the tournament, and 2008 I think March we had a camp, and by the time we knew it we were all together. So I think it was an unbelievable learning about how the game should be played, how you need to prepare for the game, because we never knew anything about it. So that to start off with, that was great. Going into a tournament, after the fourth game I got to play. I played 9 games, but after the fourth game, Hussey and Hayden had to go for the Ashes. So I got to open, and it was wonderful. But the thing is, I really wish I had played a lot of T20 before that because we were new to the format. Only the people who had played for India had played T20. Others, we had played maybe a couple of domestic tournaments. So we really didn't know how the format worked. So I think the first year Kepler Wessels was the coach, and all he told me was, just go after the ball. That's your role in the team. And maybe like a Fleming or a Patu will play the sheet anchor role. Yeah. So coming to the finals, I think it was great because obviously IPL finals, first time ever. It was wonderful. But the thing is, we didn't get much time to think about, and it would have helped. I think Rajasthan Royals had a advantage because they had 1 day break. We were playing back-to-back semis and finals. So we finished the semi-finals at Wankhede, Kings and Punjab. I had a great opportunity. I got 2 wonderful fours and threw my wicket away. So that thought was always lingering in my head, So we came back at, I think, 11:30, 12. By the time we knew it, we were up at 10. We were in the pool for a recovery, and by time, and we were playing the finals at DY Patil, so we had to leave at 4 o'clock because the ground was 2 hours away. It's in Navi Mumbai, so we had to travel quite a bit, and we had a closing ceremony which we had to attend. So, by the time I knew it, I was taking guard and I was playing in front of 60,000 people. So, we didn't give us much time to think about it, but it was great. It was a wonderful experience. It could have gone either way. Both teams fought really hard, and it was nice to be a part of it. I'll never forget because it was like a World Cup final for somebody like me because it was something playing on the big stage. I've played a few finals before that, but this was something very big. Yeah.
Definitely, I think it should be a very memorable one, which will stay for a long time with you. Next, moving on to 2008-9, Tamil Nadu had a dream run in the Ranji Trophy season, and then in that season you scored highest score of 193 against Karnataka in Chinnaswamy Stadium. Talk us something about that, and how was that innings against the formidable Karnataka team?
Yeah, actually, it was my comeback year, so it made even more special because I was just left out of the side. I just played a couple of games and I did quite well actually, but for some reason I was left out of the side and I came back that year. And that's why I need to credit Dinesh Karthik a lot. Have that thing in the back of my mind that yes, you belong here and you're going to play all the games. So I think that is a very, very important factor for a player. And I remember Dinesh, we had gone to Punjab, Jalandhar, Ludhiana to play a couple of practice games against Punjab, and I was batting in number 5. I was opener. I was made to bat number 5, and I think halfway through my innings, I was batting on 10 or something. We came for a lunch break, and then Dinesh told me whatever happens, you're going to bat number 5 first for the rest of this tournament, the Rani Trophy. Even if you score 0 the first 2-3 games, you are going to play. And I think that made a big difference. That made a huge difference because when the captains give so much confidence to you as a player, I think it makes things a lot easier for you. So then the first game I got 70 odd against Maharashtra. We were declared, so I had to go for runs and get out. And then that game I walked in at 40 for 3 and Dinesh got out. He got quite a rough decision. And then, I think the confidence Dinesh gave me that game helped a lot because I could just be in my zone to focus on my batting, not worried about being dropped or not worried about what's going to happen in the next game. It is so important for batting. You want to be in the present moment and be in the zone. It was a good knock. Yeah, I enjoyed myself. I again, Joshi, Vinay Kumar, all these guys. And that too in Chinnaswamy Stadium. So, and at 40 for 3, things were going either way. Second game, so we won that game. I think we got the lead. So it was nice. It was very, very nice. It was a special knock, something I'll cherish for a long time.
That's really nice to know. So all the youngsters look up and now aspire to be the next T. Natarajan. Tell us about your view about his journey into the cricket, and you might have seen him come through the ranks in Tamil Nadu.
I think hats off to me. I think it's inspiration for even somebody like me. Sometimes we tend to crib in life that even when we have so much, we keep complaining. But that guy with nothing for what he's achieved is unbelievable. I think that's why we look at stories to inspire ourselves to get better in life. And this guy is really shown it. Because I've known Natarajan because I was under 23 coach, and he was around the Ranji Trophy team, so we interacted a bit. And very simple guy. And sometimes it helps to be simple because it's a simple game, and you're trying to do what comes best to you. He felt the Yorker is the best ball for me to bowl. And he just worked and developed that. He worked really hard during the lockdown. He showed a lot of interviews where he had nothing there, but he found ways to, work hard and, use that time in a positive way to develop something which is going to be useful for him. Journey from being a net bowler to, to make his T20 debut, one-day debut, test debut, and do so well for the country is, inspiring. And, and I think it gives a lot of confidence of people. You spoke about Dhoni coming from a small town and, leading the team and, being the most successful captain ever, to somebody like a Natarajan who has come from not even Salem to a small village in Salem and, achieving so much is, I think it gives a lot of inspiration to young, not only cricketers, people in life that, yes, today, this is the young India, we have opportunities, and I think if we do what we have to do, sky is the limit. So I think very inspiring story. And even Washington Sundar, for that matter, has come from very humble backgrounds and do so well in his test match. And that partnership with Shardul Thakur is very inspiring. So I think it's a good time for Indian cricket. It's a good time to be in India. I think a lot of young guns are doing phenomenally well in not only cricket, in a lot of other sports as well. So I'm a young coach, so it really inspires me to train people and make a difference in their lives. So yeah, hats off to Natarajan and hats off to people like Washington Sundar and Mohammad Siraj losing his father and then coming back and performing so well is unbelievable. So I think this series, if you look at it, it's a game changer not only for cricket but also for India as a country.
Yeah, definitely. The Australian series, if we start talking about, we'll have a goosebump feeling because it's always been a proud feeling for each and every Indian, and it will be talked for many years to come by now. So all credit goes to the youngsters, whomever you mentioned now. So you're into coaching now. How has been your journey so far? Coaching in teams like TNPL and a couple of seasons for KPL, and then you also been with Delhi Daredevils.
I think it's been great. I think I started playing very early and I retired very early. I didn't officially retire, but I just stopped playing. I made a first class debut when I was 16 and I stopped playing when I was 29 or something. So when I was 30, I did my BCCI level A certification. I did my refresher. I went to do my ICC course and I coach batsmen. That's what I do. I'm a specialist batting coach. I coach batsmen from all over the country, and I started up early coaching professionals like coaching first class players and first division players in Chennai, and people from different parts of the country used to come to train with me, which was very, very nice. I enjoyed doing that, and I was still very, very young. I understood what happens in today's game, what are the demands and needs of today's players mentally. I think mental aspect plays a very, very important role. I think technically there's only so much you can do, but mentally, if you can, right, you can achieve great things. I think the India-Australia series is a great example for that. So that's what I thrive on, and that's why I try to inculcate to a lot of young batsmen. I've worked with a TNPL, KPL, IPL sides, which has been a great experience. I held Ashwin's Academy, Gen X, for 2-3 years. I've been a commentator, so yeah, it's been good. That's what I like doing, and I coach a lot of young kids now, who between the age of 12 and 15, where I've seen there is so much progress and there's so much talent, and I feel the growth is a lot more when I coach young kids because they come with a very, very free mind, no excess baggage, nothing. So when they are told, they take it in a positive way, and I can see a lot better results with young kids than maybe a 22, 23-year-old guy who come with a lot of preconceived notion. I won't use the word ego, but they come with a lot of things. This is the way it has to be. But young kids come with open mind, and I've seen like the guys that train at a young age excel a lot more than guys who are in the mid range, because there are a lot of other factors. But yeah, it's been a great journey. I coach at the grassroots level. I don't blame them because the money is only in the first class and the IPLs. And I also love to be involved in the IPL in the future, even the present scenario. But I enjoy coaching young kids because I can see a spark them. And I think at this point, at the age of 12 to 16 is where they need a good coach, because that's where you make or break a player. It's like a 10th and 12th in your studies. That's what makes or breaks you to a large extent.
Definitely. Even I see that in my son. So I teach him cricket here. He's 6 years old. Whatever you teach the young kids, they don't have anything behind their mind. So they learn it very quickly. And if I tell him to put his front foot properly or anything, I could see the changes he makes immediately.
These are great stories, Vidyut. Thanks for sharing with us. Now, we would like to switch to the next segment and test you a little bit. Quiz time. Are you ready for that?
I guess I am. Yeah. Let's see if I...
Okay, great. So we'll have 3 or 4 questions for you. Hopefully, these should be straightforward. Let's jump right in. The first one. Who scored the fastest century for CSK in IPL history?
First century was Michael Hussey. I remember the first game in Mohali. I was part of that game. Fastest century.
This is your Tamil Nadu teammate.
Wow. Okay, you made it a lot easier for me. Tamil Nadu teammate. Wait. It can't be Badri. It can't be Abhinav Mukund. It can't be Anirudh. No chance. Who else? It can't be Ashwin, obviously. Who am I missing out on? It can't be Dinesh Karthik. Tamil Nadu teammate, is it?
Yeah, Tamil Nadu player. Yeah.
Whoa, MBJ.
It is MBJ.
How can I miss out MBJ? Great player. Whoa.
100
How
of
did I miss it out? Okay.
Yes.
See, that shows how bad my
Memories.
But
Yeah.
Let's give it a good try. But yeah, I remember that knock. Yeah, unbelievable.
It's fine. Okay, let's switch.
He got a great 100 in 2010 against Delhi Devils semi-finals game as well. I think that was a match defining in India. So you should have told me opening part time. Maybe I would have guessed it. But
I was about to give that next. It would have been easy for you.
Okay, next question. Which bowler has secured the first ever hat?
This I know. El Balaji. L. Lakshmipati Balaji.
Absolutely correct.
That is
Against Punjab 2008. Yeah, I remember. I think there's a picture of me. I was the first person to carry him after he got the hat trick. So, yeah.
wow, awesome. Okay, so switching to Ranji from IPL.
This is Venkat Raghavan. Venkat Raghavan.
Perfect. Yeah.
Complete the question. That is awesome. All right, the last question for you. Who holds the record for highest individual score for Tamil Nadu in Ranji?
Has anybody got a triple under? I don't know. I think Sriram got 288 against UP. Maybe that's a high. Let me just think. Sharat Sriram. Badri, has he got a triple? No, Badri got 232 in Mumbai. So, I don't know. I'm not thinking much, but I think it's Sriram who got 288 against UP.
Let me give you a clue.
Before Sriram.
Left-hand batsman and
Left hand. Oh, W.V. Raman against Goa. Triple
that
hundred.
is it. W.V. Raman,
Perfect.
330.
Thanks.
That is excellent. Yeah. So, listen, this has been fantastic with you. Thanks for your time. On behalf of the entire Waadaplaya team, thanks again for joining us. And remember, we appreciate a comment or go tell a friend about our channel. You too can help us spread the word. We really appreciate Vidyut's time. And thanks again. We'll see you next time.
Thanks so
Thank
much.
you so much.
I really enjoyed chatting up. Yeah, I love talking about cricket and
Thank
Thank you so much, Vidyut. Thank you for your time.
thanks.